I mean, we're into the next round of the cup, I suppose. That's all you can really say. Oh dear, 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 dear. We were saved from humiliation by a wonder strike from a child. Chorley have had better shots, had more shots, created more chances, considering we created nothing. Players stuck to the formation. Well done. But again, game plan. What is the point? What we're playing part-team players here with a primary school head teacher as manager, and we're playing the same way. We're playing possession football with no bite, no creativity, no nothing. And if this is what happy Wolves fans want, then fine. Because this is what we're getting, and this is what we're going to get for the rest of the season. Because if you think things are going to change with Jose coming in, nope. Because creativity is the problem. It's been the problem for 6-7 months. It's not going to change because this is Nuno's way. And that tonight was embarrassing. Just embarrassing.
Well, where do you start, really? I mean, positives to start with, I suppose. Well, we kept a clean sheet, albeit against Chorley. We're through, I guess, is the next positive, just about. But I mean, overall, there's not many other positives to take away from that. Really, really poor performance, personally, I think. I mean, I don't think we believed that we could really, really, put Chorley to the sword almost. Like, there was never going to be more than 1 or 2 goals in it. One shot on target against Chorley. I think that just kind of sums it up for me. Just an embarrassing sort of performance overall. Tempo was too slow, especially in the first half. We had 80% possession, but there was absolutely no creativity. Silva and Catrone were ominous. I mean, midfield, there was nothing going forward, albeit the Vitinha goal, yeah, fair enough, it was a good strike, albeit the goalie probably should have had it, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, second half, I guess when Adama and Neto and Neves came on, you at least felt we were a lot more in control. But again, Neto and Adama didn't really do enough for me. So yeah, I guess on to the next round, but I think we really, really need to improve for the next game. I guess it goes without saying, but yeah, on to the next round, and we'll see who we get tomorrow.
Hi guys, what a terrible game, but a win's a win, and we're through to the next round. It was really good to get some of the kids on, Vitinha, see what he's about, and obviously give Fabio and Catrone a game. But it just shows tonight that them two both just aren't ready really for Premier League football. I'm so glad that we've signed a new striker and he'll be in the team hopefully next week. I thought that the wing backs were pretty poor, but we've got Smodo and we've got Johnny Otto returning back soon, so I'm not going to worry too much. Vitinha hasn't been that great this season, so I wasn't expecting too much from him, and it just showed when Neves came on the quality that he still possesses. And Donk had a good game. Bolly, the back three, didn't do too bad. Could have been better. I thought Bolly and Kilman were definitely the best. Cody looked a bit uneven, and I thought that Rully did really well in goal. It changed up when Neto and Traore came. They looked okay. It just shows how much we miss them and how much we have to play wingers. But all in all, we got through. Wasn't a great performance at all, but we played the kids and we'll move on.
Well, we're through. I guess that's the least we could say. For me, that is a much more concerning performance than the one against West Brom. I wonder if Nuno kind of setting them out with the kind of mentality that, don't get injured, don't, put too much risk into this game, minimum effort required, etc., etc. But even that's not enough of a caveat for the way we play. That was, oh my God. We have no quality in the final third whatsoever unless Adama and Neto are playing. And even then, when they came on, it wasn't exactly like they were sent on to go and break Chorley down. Confidence is clearly on the floor. But Jesus Christ, boys, that was shocking. There isn't any other word for it. This isn't an overreaction, I'm sorry, but we have to be better than that. We have to show your quality in a game like that. That's all I'd say. And if Vitinha's goal hadn't gone in, like perhaps the goalkeeper should have saved it, what have we done in that game to deserve winning it? Nothing. Chorley deserved to win that game, ultimately. They created better chances. They had more threatening moments. They put it on us. They played better, full stop. Now, yes, we're through, but if that's not some level of humiliation, I don't know what is. We're a Premier League side. We can't have been that bad when we lost to them in 1986, for sure.
So in the cup game, they say it's getting through that's all that matters. So we're through to the fifth round, but that wasn't pretty at all. One shot on target against a National League team with probably one of the strongest teams we could put out. That wasn't pretty at all. Granted that we're through, I'm happy that we're through, but that game was a chore to watch. It was a chore at Chorley. It was really abysmal. We couldn't string two passes together. Players just didn't seem to look interested. It says a lot that centre-half Willy Bolly got man of the match and John Ruddy pulled off one save in particular that kept us in the game. We just looked awful. It was really bad. I mean, there'll probably be excuses about the pitch and that Chorley were up for it. I didn't feel any of the players in the team made a good account of themselves. I just didn't feel as if our players were really up for it tonight, if I'm completely honest. And it's nice to get a clean sheet, at least that's one thing. But I just thought that we didn't have a good account of ourselves. It's probably not going to be any sort of morale boost going into our game against Chelsea on Tuesday. But there you go, we're in the next round.
I think the fact that we've come away from a 1-0 win against Chorley and we're feeling, completely dejected is just a sign of how bad things are at Wolves at the moment. Yes, we should have won the game, and we did, but the manner in which we did it was not good enough, left a lot to be desired. We had 76% possession, I think, but that was majority of that was just passing it around the back, and not making any clear-cut chances, passing it around the back for about 20 passes, and then just hitting and hoping into the channels. And majority of the times it didn't work. So we had one shot on target, and it came from a wonder strike from Vitinha, which arguably the keeper should have saved. Yeah, Silva and Catrone didn't really have anything to do because they weren't getting the service. You could see that they were trying to make runs, but it was just very frustrating, which is a repeat thing at the moment with Wolves. We can't find the killer pass. And I thought having Vitinha in the side would have probably unlocked something, but the fact that we couldn't go past Chorley says it all. And if we play like that against Chelsea, then it leaves a lot to be desired. It could be a very humiliating Wednesday for us. So fair play to Chorley. They came in with a game plan. They put balls into the box, and quite a lot of the time it worked. You know, Ruddy had to make some great saves. Bolly won most of the headers from what I saw, but that they were the only two positives I can really take from it. If we need to kick up the backside, and I would say that we played like Farmers tonight, but I actually think that would be disrespectful to Farmers. So something needs to give. You know, I thought after the West Brom game we could have done with a bit of a boost regardless. You know, I thought a win here would have done that, but come away from it feeling a bit dejected.
Well, frustrating tonight, although we got the win into the next round. But telling me now, what does Fosun see in this team and this manager? Yeah, he's done a lot again for the club. I'm not going to repeat myself off the other week's video, but this is a shower of shite. First off, created very little, playing basic football, just playing back into... If we had a heat map from the first half possession, we had 82% possession, and the majority of that possession was in the middle of the park. Nothing going forward. This team is, Conference North. They didn't even put any sort of pressure on us in the middle of the park or force us back. We decided to play backwards in the middle of the park and create very little. I mean, Fabio Silva and Catrone, you can't get on their backs. I mean, they've had very little service. I mean, Wright even said last week on Match of the Day, you know, look at Silva, his eagerness, his desire to get running behind the defenders. And tonight he showed that again, and he absolutely got nothing. And, you know, a lot of Wolves fans are absolutely slamming him. The lad's a kid. I think he's doing a good job. But I felt sorry for him and Catrone tonight. Catrone, again, hasn't had many opportunities in the Wolves side. I do feel sorry for him. But, you know, tonight, it was a disaster for us all. And tonight was all about getting the win, trying to build momentum and get the confidence back in the side. Which, tonight, hopefully it does. But that kind of football is not going to win us games. We were struggling against the side. All due respect to them, they turned up. They didn't cause us any problems. They didn't put any pressure on us whatsoever, apart from the second half, when they come out the better side. Again, typical Wolves, we just sat off. I don't know why you'd sit off a team that doesn't put any pressure on you. They rarely created anything themselves. And we didn't even look like scoring. Yeah, Vitinha, great goal. But again, this style of play it worked for us in the Championship, it worked for us last 2 seasons, but something's changed in that dressing room. There's not one of them players this season that want to play for the badge on the shirt. Not one of them. There's no desire, there's no ambition for them going forward. You know, young Fabio, him and Pedro, for me, are the only ones that actually want to play and actually want to push forward to create something. The rest of them are absolute dog shit. You know, these are elite football players playing in the best league in the world. And we're coming away on a Friday night against this fucking bunch of plumbers. You know, they don't even invite pressure on. It was like a training match. You pass it to your mates back into creating nothing. We didn't even get in the little holes behind the midfield, getting in the pockets, you know, pushing them. Adama comes on, who's fucking baby oil. Like, he should have been better off sat on a fucking Lilo in Benidorm. You know, tanning up because, you know, he's useless. Absolute useless. He's got the power and pace to beat defenders. And he didn't even try once against these boys. You know, it's shocking. You know, we've got a striker coming in, William Jose. From what I've seen of him, doesn't look a bad addition. But we've got to sort this philosophy out. We've got to sort the team out because we can't play like this. We've got good players in this side. We're just not playing good football. Nuno's got to change something. As I said before in my last video, he is on a very, very thin string at the minute, but Fosun keep backing him. You know, from a business point of view, you know, this is the reason why Fosun are it. They want to make money. You know, each player has its value and whatnot. They'll sell players on for more, this and that. But I feel like after we've had back-to-back 7th position in the Premier League, you know, it's a step back. You're not going to earn more money doing that. If we want to push for get back in Europa, putting more money in Fosun's pockets and investing more into the team for us to push higher in the league and, you know, and actually win something, then we've got to start putting the results on the table. And these lads aren't capable of it. Something's gone wrong in the changing room. You know, you look at Nuno's body language on the sidelines. You know, I was reading something the other day that he misses his family. He hasn't seen his family in a while. Yeah, we're all in a difficult time of it, but I do feel for him. But sense that, you know, is it affecting his job? I think it is. You know, something's changed drastically in that changing room. We're not the side we used to be. You could talk about the injuries all you like, but, you know, the squad's near enough back. We're without Jimenez and Penance. Johnny's back training with the boys. You know, we've got a full-strength side, basically. And we've got a striker coming in next week. So, something's got to change, and it's got to change fast. You know, half of them players tonight, like I said, I've named Neto and Fabio. The rest of them, there's no passion whatsoever. There's no desire. There's no hungerness in them. Nothing to get forward. And I just think that's what they're lacking at the minute. And to get these points back on the board, Nuno's got to change it. And I'm not very confident in this guy anymore. But, you know, we're through to the next round. What more can we say? You know, if we are playing against a better opposition tonight, you know, that's without respect to them plumbers we played tonight. But we'd have got beat. And you know what? Nuno could take full responsibility. You can blame the pitch as well. Yeah, the pitch weren't great, but like I said, these are elite players. I'm sure they've played on worse pitches when they were younger. You know, so he's got to turn it around. Can't keep playing this sort of football, going backwards. It's basic football, moving side to side, trying to break teams down. How we couldn't break them down, it's like they were inviting no pressure. They were deep, but we didn't even look like we wanted to go for. We were quite happily sit back, being comfortable, wait for them to come to us against a team that's in North West County, bloody conference, whatever it is. It's just not good enough from a team that's in the top tier of English football. And, you know, I'll stick by it. I'm not a fan of this football. I'm not a fan of his philosophy. You know, great manager in terms of what he's done. But I think the game's changing in terms of, you know, VAR's been brought in and all this. You know, last week about the clumsy tackles and everything in the box. Teams now are, because of VAR, it's a tactical movement from managers to tell players to, you know, to be fragile in the area, because they know full well VAR is going to, it's going to be checked every tackle. And this is why, you know, that cost us last week, but that's a different game. But yeah, I do fear for us next week in the league, and it's not looking good. He's got to change it. But yeah, all Wolves fans tonight, I don't blame you for being angry at that performance. So I'm happy with the result, yeah, but you know, it's now in the future for Wolves. It's the change has to start now. We can't keep saying after each game, yeah, we've got to change this, we've got to sack him, we've got to do this, we've got to get striking. We could get Ronaldo into this team and he's not going to turn it around. The players need lifting, the morale needs lifting, the confidence needs to be there, and it's just not. So something's got to be done. But yeah.